This Navy veteran says the service afforded him all the things in his life that he wouldn't have otherwise, and he'd go back and do it again if given the opportunity. Meet Dan Lollis.
Obviously, at the time, I didn't know I was going to spend 20 years in and retire.
That's Dan Lollis. He says he thought his time in the service would be a short stint.
I had no idea what I was going to do after high school, and I didn't have the means to go to college at the time. And obviously, back in Woodruff was not as built up as it is now.
His dad, an Army veteran. Lollis says he and a buddy signed up to join the Navy.
Or I told the recruiter, I said, I want something that would correlate to when I get out. Like if I get out in 4 years, I want something that I can do when I get out.
And for Lollis, that would be a logistics specialist, first class.
When the plane breaks, they'll come to us and they'll send us paperwork to order parts and stuff like the engines or whatever. If anything breaks, then it comes to us.
Lollis got his training for his specialty in Meridian, Mississippi.
The aviation storekeeper aid school, and I was there for 2 months. And when I left there, then I went to Guam.
Then came deployment.
There, and I checked on board the USS Ronald Reagan.
It was on one of Lollis's many deployments where he would watch the Twin Towers come down.
We were sitting there looking at the TV, and it was like we've seen the first plane hit the building, and everybody at the table's first reaction was, "What movie is this?"
Lollis says he knew shortly after that the United States would be going to war.
We were the first carrier to launch airstrikes into Afghanistan, so all of us went up on the flight deck, watched the plane leave, F-18s, all of them loaded down with ammunition, came back, and they were completely empty.
Lollis says it was a lot of time away from his family.
My son was born when I was on the Reagan. He was born in 2007, and I missed his first 2 birthdays because when I was going on deployment.
He says he couldn't have done it without his wife.
I say a lot of military wives don't get enough recognition for taking care of the kids.
In 2012, Lollis retired after a 20-year career.
I enjoyed my time in. Like I went all over the western part of the world. I've been to Hong Kong several times, Singapore. I went to Dubai.
He says while it was hard at times, the Navy afforded him a lot.
About the tail end of my career, I started going to college, and then after I retired and in 2015, I graduated with my bachelor's degree.
He says the Navy gave him skills he still uses today.
I'm still working in the logistics industry, and I'm a defense contractor with a company. I go around audit parts and materials for the Department of Defense.
That and being a dad and husband to his wife Leanne and kids Caden and Danica. Dan Lollis, thank you for your service.
To nominate a veteran like Dan Lollis to be featured in our Thank You for Your Service series, head to WSPA.com.